Look, are you trying to get shredded and slam some drinks? If so, this is the guide for you. So if you want the most simplified version of this subject, you've come to the right place. As a personal trainer, I'm always asked, should I drink liquor or beer in a cut? Before we get into that discussion, we need to talk about calories in and calories out. Everything that you're seeing about certain alcohols having a lower carb content, just block all that out. It really doesn't mean anything. Like, the main thing that we're looking for is the amount of calories. So when you're in a cut, as you know, you want to take in a little bit less calories than what your maintenance level is. You know that you're going to be going on a weekend bender. The beginning of that week, you're probably going to want to cut your calories a little bit more than what you normally do. So for instance, a Bud Light is around 100 calories. A cup of rice is exactly 206 calories. So if you had about 5 Bud Lights, your total calories would end up being around 500 calories. To keep things simple, we're going to use rice and say that you ate that every single day that week. Throughout that week, we just need to take out about 2.5 cups of rice. So the easy way of doing this is just not putting in a full cup of rice every single time. Now this can be used with anything else. So then we get back to the question, liquor or beer? Which one has less calories if I'm going to consume more? And honestly, I don't think that's the best question to ask. It's actually the type of each that you're drinking. So a shot of Jose Cuervo should be right around 100 calories, and a can of Bud Light will be right around that mark as well. There's maybe a 5 to 10 calorie difference, but that's nothing that you should worry about. On a side tangent, Michelob Ultra and Bud Light are basically almost the exact same. Bud Light's just not branded as a healthier beer. The difference in calories is only about 15 calories, and that difference is almost the equivalent of eating a single apple slice or like 3 grapes. That's absolutely nothing. Some people who are like, if you drink enough of that, that will add up to enough calories. Shut the f up, you. That's not the problem here. That's not the reason why you're not getting shredded. It's because of those 15 calories right there. It's because you're not planning ahead and you're not drinking correctly. That's why you're not losing weight. Now look, this is where it gets interesting. If you were to take that same Bud Light and then compare it to something like this 90-minute Imperial IPA, this thing has 294 calories. That means that you can drink 3 Bud Lights and it would be the equivalent of drinking just one of these. So my straight advice for beer, drink light beer. Pure and simple. It'll also save your bank account a little too. Now for liquor, the mistake that I see constantly is that people will end up mixing their drinks with something that is actually higher in calorie content, but they believe that they're actually taking in less calories just because it's liquor. If you were to mix this with something as simple as margarita mix, that would add on an additional 250 calories. And right there, you just multiplied this shot of tequila that you were originally gonna have by over 3. And that's only for 4 ounces of margarita mix. Most people are doing a lot more than that. Same thing with mixing a rum and coke or anything along those lines. You're still adding in almost around 100, 150 more calories when you do this. So what's the most simple solution? Just take shots. Now, I know that is not realistic. So the other alternatives is to switch things to a more diet friendly. So instead of Coke, think of a Diet Coke. So you want to choose something like a vodka soda where it has 0 added calories. Or you can just do regular water if you're a complete psychopath. I've done it before. It's actually not the worst, but it's definitely not good. I'd recommend you try it though. It's almost like you're dehydrating yourself and you're hydrating yourself. I know it doesn't work that way, but just try it. Or what's better, white wine or red wine? Honestly, it doesn't freaking matter. They're all normally, generally around the exact same. Just make sure that you're reading the calories on the back of the label. Typically, white wine comes in around 120 calories and red wine comes in at 125. That difference is probably eating a toenail. That's like how many calories are in a booger that you would eat. So the main lesson is don't get caught up in different types of alcohol. Just check the calorie content. Don't add in any additional calories to your drink. So the second biggest thing that I always see is the eating after drinking. Because there's a really good chance that after drinking for a full day that you're probably going to go for that Domino's pizza. So my advice here is to make sure that you have something prepped when you come home. So if you know that 2,500 calories is your maintenance to stay at your current body weight right now, you need to factor in the added beers plus the meals that you ate earlier, and what's left over is your budget. Now, you don't have to specifically track this thing. It's more for you to get a guesstimate and be aware of it. Because the biggest thing about being able to lose weight with alcohol is being aware of the actions that you're taking, being aware of the choices that you're making when you're drinking. And drink water. Like if you're not drinking water, you're going to be too dehydrated to probably work out the next day or the day after, and you'll just end up in a hungover loop. Now, if you want the full benefits of getting shredded, just limit your drinking. Like honestly, that's going to be the easiest thing, but I completely understand that that's sometimes hard to do. The main message is that if you are able to limit your drinking, go ahead. If not, I want you to just be planning how you're drinking and what you're drinking a little bit more and being aware of your choices. Budget in your alcohol, hit your protein targets, train hard, and get shredded. If you found any of this beneficial, I recommend you check out this video over here. I talk about physical and mental health. And thank you for watching this video. And until next time, peace off.